Okay, I see that. I don't know what's going on. And maybe it's something I just did. Sorry about that, Carly. Yeah, it is. I see that now. Because they keep cutting off as I'm looking at them. But one phone is about to die, so I'm going to let it go anyway. I just want to start. Oh, let me give y'all the news. I'm joining another show. I'm going to join Atlanta True Confessions. Hey, who is that? Give me some initials. And stop typing the same thing. I'm joining Atlanta True Confessions. So we'll be linked up. I'll be doing a show on Mondays with Don. What's all the hearts in the hives? Who is that typing that? That is just too much. Too much. And so, Gwanisha, by the time you get here, I'm going to be in studio because you know you're going to be one of my studio guests because we've already had a conversation about you and Nikki coming to join me. But I'm going to start doing Atlanta True Confessions. And for you guys that wanted it, that show is going to be a little bit more edgier. It'll probably be a little bit more sex talk. There's going to be a couple other things that we're looking at doing. Yeah. And they actually have another station, which means, like now, I'm here, and like I said, I'm gonna get over my anxiety. I'm gonna go back out, and they have a phone where you guys can call in, because some of you guys want to talk, and it'll allow me to have guests on the show. Because there's some ideas I want to have, and I need the space to have people. I want Cinnamon to come tell you guys about the stock market, and I want some people to come and give you guys how money management, how to make money, how to save money, how to get your credit right, how to keep it right. We're going to do a little wild stuff. I'm going to have some stuff about the poly lifestyle, the swinging lifestyle. You know, I'm going to have some women come on who I've met during the course of my travels who want to talk honestly from the women's side. Let's talk about some issues that women have with men. I'm going to have some guys say issues that we have with women. So it's going to allow me to do a whole lot more. I can't do that trapped into my little cage where I'm feeling safe and comfortable. I can't really have a guest. Just cause I'm just not a big fan of having people in the back cave. But yeah, they got a Facebook following. I was on this show a couple of weeks ago, Roslyn, and me and the host, you know, we clicked. So he asked me about doing the co-hosting with him, and he said I could bring my show over. I'm gonna still do Facebook Live. Don't get it twisted, cause I like this interaction. I'm gonna still do Facebook Live. I'm just gonna do a Facebook Live and from their site too, so that people who know me can still follow me. And if you like Don and some of the other shows they're doing, fine. And this is what I need you to. I don't have a clue. What's up, Odessa? I forgot my watch, so I need you. But yeah, so that's what's gonna be going on. What's up, sis? Come on over to the show page. Random Thoughts with DVP. Well, I don't know. Everything doing what it's doing. Anyway, so that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna make that switch. So I am going to transmit from all three pages for a second, and I'm gonna start giving you guys the links. Because I'm going to probably start doing them. I'm going to do a show with him on Mondays. I'm going to still do Random Thoughts with EVP on Wednesdays. And I think every third or fourth Friday or something, we're going to do kind of like an X-rated show. Well, I hope you come on out, Rosalind. It's hard to know how you can, if you're responding. Since I'm DVP, it kind of looks kind of weird when it says I love you, DVP, from DVP. It's really kind of creepy. Thank you, Bonnie, sis. Anyway, as I was saying about your circles, you got to get a good circle. Let me tell you this. My management team, great group of people. I kind of figured that when you said you love me. You're so special. Great group of people. They keep me focused. They make me do things I don't want to do. They are taskmasters, but I have to love them the same, because if it wasn't for them, honestly, people, I wouldn't do the show. I love your interaction. People have given me feedback on any one of my pages and told me what they like the show, what the show means to them. It means a great deal to me. But sometimes I'm either tired, I'm busy. There's 1,000 things going on. There's 1,000 fires I'm trying to put out. But my management team, they kind of locked me in a room and told me what my choices were. I could either do this show willingly or I could do the show unwillingly. But either way, the show was going to be done. And just to think, I'm a professional bully, and I got bullied by a room full of people, and I was like, wow, that it was kind of cool and it was kind of spooky. So anyway, I'm gonna make it do what it do. So anyway, that's enough about me. Thanks for sharing the video. Yeah, and that's what I need for you guys to do. Ask your friends to like the page. Ask your friends to come listen to a show, give me a review, let me know what they think. If it's bad, inbox me before you give me a bad review, because I'm trying to build up some sponsorship, which means I can do more in bigger places for you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get over this. Yeah, okay. But yeah, get your good circle of people. Like I say, and sometimes you don't know who your circle is because you don't really know who anybody is until shit hits the fan. When things are going bad and you look around and see, you bullied me too, Odessa. You look around and see who's around. That's how you know who your friends are. That's how you know who's in your circle. Like, so whether you call them friend or not, when you don't have $20 and you need 40, and people start showing up and they give you stuff and you don't even have to ask them. If you tell them what's wrong and they just start trying to fix it for you, a lot of times those are your friends. You know, you got $1,000, everybody your friend. Everybody love you because you can do something for them. But when the only thing that can be done is people doing stuff for you and they still around, that's who you need to start including your circle. Your circle won't let you go out and drive drunk. Your circle won't let you be depressed by yourself. They won't let you be alone. My car is done. I got friends who taking me places. One of my friends let me drive his limousine for a couple of days. One of my friends has been driving me around. These are things that friends do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, bam, no matter what I need, they just there. They just there. That's what's up. What's up, Robert? I need for you to post a link for your music, because I don't know what I did with it, but and I heard Facebook won't let you play music without shutting you down now, so I'm not really sure. But come on over to the Random Thought with DVP page, because this phone is dying fast. Even though I got it charged, going live takes a lot of battery energy. So come over to the Random Thoughts with DVP page, because like I'm on like less than 10% on my on this page. The page everybody else can't see me pointing, but the page that can see me pointing, I'm down to like less than 5%. So come on over to the Random Thought. Right, Brenda, and I will say that because you were deeply encouraging me with the whole modeling thing. You and Roxanne, y'all fussing me all the time. I didn't like it, but I understood what it was because y'all weren't criticizing me. Y'all were just telling me things I need to do to get better. And that's why I love you guys. I even sent her a friend request because I like that. You know what I'm saying? And y'all didn't really know me. Y'all didn't owe me nothing. Y'all didn't order me to encourage me or even befriend me or nothing. So, Brenda, you're true. You are that type of friend. And all I can do is give you a thumbs up. You're a beautiful woman, and I appreciate it. No baby daddy. Eat sneaks. I'm too old for that. And anyway, so yeah. But when you're doing your circles, that's really, you know, Bonnie and Clyde, my sister, great woman. You know what I'm saying? If there's something wrong, she just own it. She don't owe me that. You know what I'm saying? It's how we got there. You know how people say sometimes, just because we blood don't make me friends, and just because we friends don't make me blood. Well, my family is who my family is, and anybody who knows me knows I handpick my family, every last one of them. I don't care what no book says. I don't care. When me and my mom talk, she calls some relatives hers, and she calls some of mine, because she know I don't claim all of her family. I don't deal with them. So as opposed to being whatever, let's just stick to whatever you call your people, your people. But see, you missed the beginning, Odessa. I did all three because I want to share the news about me switching over. So I'm still picking up people as I meet people from these other venues, and everybody doesn't know about the show page yet. So I said I was at fault for that, but I had a reason for doing all three pages. But because I've been so busy, my phones haven't been able to stay charged because I've been doing a ton of things. Because we had a next management meeting, I'm gonna share some stuff with you guys that I found out the last 48 hours. So anyway, that's the part about circles. I didn't really want to, you know, it is what it is. Tiger was the best example because with all that money he has, still got, somebody should have been able to look for him. He should have been able to Uber. I mean, he made a bad decision. He didn't know it was going to have that effect on him. Send him, I didn't need you to, and I don't do it quickly. They have to do something to deserve it. They have to. Cinnamon, you know this. You know this. There you go. That's what's up, Robert. Because I need to listen to a couple pieces, because I think I want to have you come in and we're going to talk about some of your music. So I know Staff, I know Robert, you know, we played football together, you know, back when I was never young and foolish and having a good time. Cinnamon, I'm going to block you in a minute. So yeah, that's what's up. But you gotta make your circle. And I'm gonna use Robert for an example, because I heard, in my business, I did clothes for a while. Everybody is a musician. Everybody's a rapper. Everybody just need that break. Sometimes you give music, your music is crap, and it's hard to tell people that because they think you hating. Hey, cuzzo, what's up? I'm still making that trip to Houston, and that's right. It needs to be inspiration. But sometimes when people are telling you stuff, everybody can't be a rapper. Everybody can't be a musician. It sounds good to your friends who feel like they biting off you, but everybody ain't doing it. I sing on the show sometimes. Lord knows I know I can't sing. And y'all quickly hit me with it. And it's funny, I laugh about it because my dad said, to thine own self be true. I think it came from the Bible somewhere. But when you know who you are, nobody can hurt you by telling the truth. I know I can't sing. In the shower, I'm a beast. I would do a show from the shower singing, but I don't trust some of y'all because some of y'all are really nasty. And y'all be trying to look at other parts as opposed to focusing and listening to the music or the words that are coming from my mouth. So anyway, that's what's up with that. But like I said, get you a good circle. When me and Rob played football, the circle was the team. There's one something about it. We didn't all come from the same backgrounds. We didn't all like each other. But we all stood together. On those Saturdays or Sundays that we played ball, there was nobody who's going to come between Soul Patrol. We could fight on our own sideline. And the only somebody who could break up that fight was us. Anybody else who came over, we would stop fighting just to fight them for coming over there trying to get in our business. That was a great circle to have. Why you gotta bring my dad into this? I can't stand y'all sometimes. But so, I had a great circle then. Even playing, and they weren't my personal circle, but for the 2-3 hours that we played ball, you couldn't get no better friends. You couldn't get no better. We practiced, we didn't like each other. But when it came game time, we was thick as thieves. Anyway, Jamaica. You know how I feel about that subject. But yeah, so anyway, that's what time it is, because I don't have a watch on. So where am I? Am I at 6:45 yet? Anybody? Veronica, you still there? Anybody? Can somebody tell me what time it is? Because none of these have a clock on them. I don't know how that happened. And I just want to say thank you guys for joining me. Adrian, come to the show page. Random Thoughts with DVP. Where you going, Jamaica? I said, what time is it? Okay, so it's close enough. All right. So what I really want to get into is this whole dating thing, because I've been kind of G-rated, and this is still gonna be G-rated. Adrian, come over to the show page. Random Thoughts with DVP. Look at that. Now y'all all popping in. Now, and I got quite a few ladies on here. And some of y'all I have much respect for, even though I haven't formally met y'all. We've talked. So don't be talking about okay later. Except when we come to Houston. Ladies, do you think, what on the first date, because somebody sent me this and asked me this, what's an appropriate amount of money to spend on the first date? Well, and I don't know how many of y'all really listen to me. On the first date, one, I think money shouldn't be an issue, because you shouldn't be spending a lot of money, because you're just actually trying to see if you get along, chemistry. A first date in reality should be somewhere under $30, really under 20, because you don't need to do nothing that's going to take away from it. I don't do movies on the first date because they're too loud, you can't talk. It requires you to be really close. You might not be feeling that person like that yet. Dinner is okay, but you got to pick your places carefully. I'm not going to the Sundial on the first date. I'm not going to Ruth Chris I'm not going to any place super expensive on the first date. I don't know if I like this person. This is what we're trying to see if we're making chemistry, and we don't need to have it hanging over our heads how much it costs. Because ladies, at some point you got to be honest with yourself. If a guy spends too much money, you got to be wondering, is he thinking it's going to mean something? Fellas, you got to be thinking, if you're honest, why am I spending all this? If you spend a bunch of money on the first date, how do you improve the relationship? Because if I spend $200 on the first date, the second date, in reality, our situation is supposed to get better each and every time. So if you go all out and do all this great and wonderful stuff, oh yeah, I'm going to fly to Paris on the first date. Well, the second date, she ain't trying to go to McDonald's, or she ain't trying to go to the movie, because now you're regressing. And relationships should be a progression. So I'm not saying take her to Crystals, but like I met a girl and I was just Time to test the water. We was flirting, and I was like, she said something cute and smart. So I was like, you know what? See, at first you could have got a cooked meal, but now I'm finna take you to McDonald's. You know what she said? She said, well, I like McDonald's. See, she got points for that because now we can do a first date at a McDonald's. And this doesn't matter whether you like fast food or not. It's just about whether or not, it's about being somewhere we can talk and get to know each other. To see, when we first start sitting across the table, do we want to go from across the table to sitting side by side? And this is a thing where you have to learn who you are. And we talking first dates now. From across the table, there's a lot of things that can go on. Side to side, there's a lot of things going on. Everybody has a different perspective. And you just got to understand that. I want to quick get up. Right. Well, and Rosalind, my thing is first dates, because I have a time limit. First dates should never last more than 2 hours. Period. Good, bad, or indifferent. That gives everybody an excuse to go. And if we want to get back together, we can later on. But the 2 hours is the max for a first date. And it makes everything easy. If you know this, I know this. Hey, we're going to meet 7 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, the date is over regardless. First date should be a day thing like drinks, coffee. Right. And the first date should be somewhere safe. And you have to coordinate your schedules. But this is where you want to be. Right, Doug. Doug says, I once saw a woman's online profile talking about her ideal first date being dinner in a carriage ride. Well, a carriage ride means you have to be really close. But what if we're not feeling each other like that? Then with that chemistry is tension. So you don't want to put yourself in that position. What's up, Curtis? Random Thoughts with DVP. Come to the right page, Curtis. My little partner. So yeah, when people are doing this, are you trying to impress, or are you really trying to get to know people? And if you're really trying to get to know somebody, you need to do something that's less intrusive and less expensive. Real talk. So why aren't you doing that? And you can't do that if you spend a lot of money, because you're wondering, what's all this money going toward? And you looking at her, is she really that pretty? Am I really going to like her? And truth be told, we thinking, am I going to get some? I mean, I had a friend who routinely would take women. His first date was at the Sundial. And, we were talking, he's like, man, you living a life. You got all these women. How you get all these women? You won't even do the stuff I'm doing. I said, because you set the standard too high. You come off as bougie because you spending $200-300 on the first date. Dude, I'm not spending, shit, I don't know if I'm spending $200 a year on a woman. In the beginning, that's all we talking about now. Hush your mouth. This was back in the day. So the first date has got to be something that we can both agree on. Why can't we, first date, I took this woman, we met, we talked, we chatted a few times. We agreed to meet at the park, get some snow cones, and just do some people watching. 2 hours. Cool as a fan. It cost me what? $2? $3? I mean, I don't know, I'm just joking. But it's probably cost me $5-10. But it gave us a chance to talk and get to know each other without me wondering, is she trying to get in my pocket? Without her having to wonder, is he trying to get in my pants? This is truly just about us getting to know each other. I ain't studying you. Like I said, when you come to the show, we're going to have our own debate, because I know we're going to bump heads on a couple of things, and that's why I like you. Because you got your own thought process. Diary of a mad black woman. Diary of a woman who's the yada, yada, yada. I got you. Right, but the thing is, Cinnamon, some guys are just true like that's what they know. And that's not a problem if that's who they are. For them, it just sets up unrealistic expectations. I mean, I had a woman. She was kind of cute. I'm being generous because I was told to quit saying ugly, and I never say ugly. I always say mud duckish. But she told me that she only goes to 5-star restaurants. I was like, cool, that's what's up. And since she's like, well, when you gonna take me out? I'm thinking, I never even asked her in the first place. But anybody who knows me knows I'm not a big fan of eating. So for me to go to a 5-star restaurant, it's pretty much not happening, especially with some chick. I would take my woman to a 5-star restaurant. I'm not going to take some chick to a 5-star restaurant. And if we break it down to harsh reality, because y'all, most of y'all, they like me for my honesty. There is no way I'm going to a 5-star restaurant with a girl who I don't see a real future with. Who's checked off 90% of what's in my checkbox. She's good looking to me. She's smart. She's witty. She's sarcastic. She gets my sarcasm. We had great sex. We We 2 years from the ring, but she done got everything else that she need. I'm not finna just take some random chick to a 5-star restaurant because that's what she want to eat. In reality, before we go to a 5-star restaurant, chances are she's cooked for me, and I know that she has potential. And cooking food still is not a big thing with me. This is not about my eating habits, sis. I'm sorry, I'm out to block people. So, but when we get to it, true. But what happens when he don't have it like that anymore? Right, and that's my thing. Like, say if he gets right, and that's the thing, and that's the thing, because now you don't know what the woman's interest is because you set her up for 2 months. So she sees no growth in you because you're at the same place. The first date, you spent $200-300. So what are you gonna do for your anniversary? What are you gonna do 6 months later when you trying to go to Houston's and it's only $75? You know, but you ain't got the whole ambiance, the carriage ride thing. You know, we go to a carriage ride. What happens when I should really start like you? Now I got to take you to Paris. And you know, but I hear women saying what a guy should spend, and I'm thinking, yeah, if you know what I should spend for a first date, chances are you look for the wrong thing, which is why some women are single. Same thing for guys. When guys start talking about what they're gonna spend, maybe you're understanding why you're single, because you keep putting a price tag on everything, and prices will buy you fake loyalty. If you can't afford to take yourself, don't answer. Right, and a lot of women want to do things. One of my favorite, when I worked at the club, one of my favorite bartenders. Because there were times I just felt like doing good deeds, you know, for no reason. My dad told me, one of the things my dad always told me is do something nice for a black woman for no reason whatsoever. Do something nice. Don't ask for a number. Don't ask for a name. Just do something nice. So there are times I would just buy women drinks. So there was a woman who was at a club one time. Cute woman, you know, she's friendly, you know. And I told the bartender to get her a drink. And so the bartender was like, cool. And the bartender came back and told me, she's like, I don't like her, D. She been drinking well alcohol all the time, but soon as she think you finna buy her drink, now she want top shelf. She said, and she trying to use, you know, and she said, I don't like it. She said, I told her it was, but I gave her the bottom shelf anyway. And that's my thing. Why you trying to use me for the come up? If it ain't something that you can do without me, then don't use me to get to it. So when we talking first dates, let's make it something nice and cordial that we can all do, where we can have a conversation, though. I mean, anybody who knows me know my dad he sings, okay? If you ever get a chance, go check him out on Mondays at Altabelli's. I guarantee you're going to have a good time. Understand this. Do not go on a first date. It's a great place. My sister can confirm. Anybody who's been to Altabelli's up in Alpharetta can tell you. It's a great place. They sing live music, no hip-hop, no rap. So if you're into that, it's Nick. But for my age group, for this audience, you guys would like that. Understand this is an Italian restaurant. The food is, I'm not even a foodie. It's not cheap. It's not expensive. It's just not cheap. It's not somewhere you go on the first date. It's somewhere where you go when you know that you really like her, and then you want to start showing her, you want to bring her into your world. Because the music is not loud enough that you can't talk. The club is big enough. The restaurant is big enough where you don't have to be right there by the band. You can be a little bit further back. You can be close to them, and the music is not overwhelming, which is one of the things I don't like about clubs with music or restaurants with music. Most time it's too loud. System will tell you it wasn't loud. We had a good time. There was a married people who had just got married. To the right of us, there was a birthday party to the left, to this right corner, and then there was a wild group to our left. Oh my God, they was wild. That old lady was something special. But the food was great, and like I said, I'm not a foodie. The alcohol was good. Okay, cool. You good? But when we doing things, like I say, I would tell anybody to go there, but it's not first date. It's not a first date place. My brother and sister went. They're married. I had another couple who went. They're married. I'm going because it's my dad. I took a date, but you know, if I take a date, it's because I know my dad has real potential. Don't get me wrong. I've been wrong a couple of times, but I'm not taking anybody there on the first date. So, but like I said, my first date, I like going to parks. I live in Georgia. The weather's decent most of the time. But do I really want to get dressed up to go somewhere that's kind of snooty where we gotta be whispering the whole time because no. I mean, I took a first date to a pizza parlor. You know, we had pizza, but it gives us a chance to talk. We don't have to put on any airs because who eats pizza in a suit and tie. What's up, Cuzzo? Make sure you do a review and you like my page. I can't remember if I know I ain't seen a review from you because we don't have enough reviews. So Cinnamon, Leah, oh yeah, y'all need to do reviews. I'm trying to get some sponsorship and I'm moving on to a radio station. But I'm still doing Facebook Live again. ST, what's good? What's good? Curtis, did you come over to the show page yet? Random Thoughts with DBP. And so that's what that's where we are when we talk about this. Is I see guys overstepping their boundaries, women asking for too much. What have you done to deserve all this? You asking, oh, I know this, I'm worth this, and that's fine. You may be worth that, but in the beginning, nobody's worth that because we don't know if we like each other. I know that when I go on a first date with somebody, you know what I really, truly, honestly know, what most of us know, despite all this BS that we tell, we know that 9 times out of 10 we're physically attracted to the person. We think they're cute, they got a nice body, ladies you think he got a nice butt, but that's all we really know. We don't really know if we really like this person. Even with phone conversations, if we've had some, you may, yeah, okay, this is this. But when you're face to face, and you get to see people's expressions, which is why I hate phone calls, because I can't see if you're making faces when I'm talking. You get to see them. You get to judge them right then. So there's no more, I hear this, they sound like this. They're right there in front of you. Is that chemistry right there when y'all are this close to each other? Because a lot of things change. A lot of people sound great on the telephone. A lot of people sound great over there. But now when you're in my space, do I want you closer to me or do I want you to move over to another bar? I mean, another table. So when you do this first date thing, and like I said, I have a 2-hour minimum. I have a 2-hour maximum. Regardless, only time this changes in reality, and y'all know because I like to be honest, if the first date changes to a one-night stand, then of course we don't give them more than 2 hours. But it's still a different dynamic because you pretty much know when you're getting yourself into a one-night situation. And that's just that's if we're being honest, and I try to be honest with y'all. So when we're doing this, the first date, you got to be really careful about how you approach things because, yeah, you want to make an impression. And if we're being honest, it is a contest. She's trying to win you over, you're trying to win her over. If it ain't that, then y'all don't need to be together. Because if you're the only one who's trying to win, because you should always believe that everybody's dating. Okay? Cream rise to the top. Accept that. But that don't mean I'm trying to impress her with my pocket. I'm trying to impress her with me. Because if she don't like me, because I got a job and I'm only making $30,000 a year, I need a guy who's making 6 figures. If that's her mentality, then I already know I'm out of that ballpark. Even if I'm making 6 figures, I'm not going to tell her that. Because to me, that means she's already going for my pocket. Why we even talk about how much money we make on the first date? You're like, what do you do? And that's a tough subject. Do you get into what you do? Because when you tell what you do, you kind of put yourself in boxes to make X, Y, Z amount of money. But it is part of the general conversation for some people. But one of the few questions I've never been asked on a date, and I guess people say, not just assume, which is so crazy to me, there have been very few first dates I've been on where anybody ever asked me if I was married or had a girlfriend. And truth be told, I'm very relaxed because depending on where I'm at, I really don't care. It really doesn't matter to me until I know I want to get to know you. When I want to get to know you, then I need to know a little bit more about your personal information. Because the one question I do ask is, do you have any active stalkers? Because I don't need nobody walking up on me trying to hit me in the head for something I don't even know nothing about. But when we're doing this whole first date thing, you don't want to be so grimy that, like I say, and I use crystals just because crystals is probably the cheapest to go. But if she likes crystals, then why not? Only bad thing about crystals, in total honesty, and I like crystals, but most of them are in shitty locations. So that kind of kills it. Unless you're trying to get you a real ride or die chick, then you take it to the hood, stay long enough to see what happens, to see if she's scary or not. But to me, that's kind of, no. It's kind of no. That's all I can say about that. But the process still doesn't change. And it's like I said when I was on the show, Atlanta True Confessions, ATL True Confessions. Atlanta, I don't know, it's one of them. I'll get it right. What if you're dating a woman who makes more money than you? Which is no problem. Because the first date, I'm still going to pay for it. So if Oprah decides she wants to go out with me and she wants to take me to Paris for the weekend, that's cool. We just can't do it on the first date. The first date, we're going to run to Waffle House, grab something to eat, take a nap, wake up. The second date, we can go to Paris. I'm old fashioned like that. In my world, the man has to pay for the first date. Doesn't matter who makes the most money. You just find something that the man can afford to do, which is part of getting your kingdom. But we're moving too far forward. Once again, we're still talking about the first date aspects. Tell me what you guys think are some good ideas for first dates. I know Brenda's been married for like 1,000 years. What did you do for a first date, Brenda? Lil, you've been married for 102 years. Bonnie, you've been married for 20 years. Who else is married? Because some of y'all I'm going to have to quit because y'all, the family ain't got to worry about it. But some of you other ones, Jules. You know what, dude? I don't even know why I bother with you. Do I put a limit on the number of crystals I will borrow on the first date? Is there You know what? I don't put a limit on it because you wherever you take me, you gotta be ready to pay. Because I had a girl take me on a date one time, and we had been seeing each other for a minute, and she thought, I guess she wasn't paying attention. I hadn't eaten, so the bill, my part came to like $30-something, but it was the place she took us. And she was like, I didn't know you was going to eat this much. Well, you asked me out to eat. When you ask somebody out to eat, you should be prepared. So, the only rule I really have, Doug, is you shouldn't order so much that your doggy bag is a full plate. If you just eat what's left on your plate, that's fine. But when you start ordering stuff to go because you want to take it home and feed everybody else, I got a problem with that. So, there's a limit to me in the aspect of, because in theory, there is no real limit because if she get closer, I'm going to say something. But it tells me how much she values my money. And if she just ordering stuff because she think I got it like that, I'm going to pay for it. I did it one time before. It just means I know I'm going to cut her off after that. Brent says y'all went to lunch near the office. And that's the thing. Like I said, you want to go somewhere, coffee, drinks, picnic. Yeah, something simple and easy. And like I said, you judge it on whether or not y'all want to do something that's walking, if they're physically fit. Because everybody ain't physically fit. So walks in the park may not be a good thing. Some people have sweaty armpits. Being out in the sun may not be a good thing. And, one of my favorite questions I love to ask before dating is tell me what you don't like. So I can start crossing stuff out. I don't even know what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Let me test on my creativity. So what you don't like tells me what I don't need to be doing. Appreciate you. And that's how I carry mine. But see, and since daytime stuff is good, but a lot of people work in the daytime. And if your lunch... If you're on call, your lunch precludes that, then it may not be a good thing. So you have to figure it out, depending on whether or not you got kids, whether they're small, whether they need attention. A lot of things you got to take into consideration. So it's whatever the two of y'all can agree upon once you get some working parameters. Some people have no problem going out at night, especially during the week. It's not crowded. You don't have that whole mob mentality. And, so... you want to do something from 7 to 9. See, that's pretty good because they still get home in time, and they get home. You going out after the mad rush. You give them time to go home, shit, shower, shave, whatever it is they got to do to get ready. Because most women want to look a certain way for the first date. I will give most of the ones I've dealt with. I will give you guys credit. Y'all have put on the show. You know what I'm saying? It make me wonder how you go with other guys who don't put forth an effort. They don't. They come with looking like. Who get you got me? I ain't understood that. Hey, Dub Alexander, how are you? So, but the first date, and people say first impressions, which I don't really buy into because most of the people who I'm cool with, our first impression was not a good one. For whatever reason. First impressions are what they are. They're first impressions. But that don't mean they change. I know people who met me thought I was a certain way. As you get to know more about people, you find out they're not. So do first impressions really mean that much? I know people who are best friends with people that their first impression was a really shitty impression. Do we hold on to that and never let go? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But anyway, the process still is with this first date. What's off limits? Movies to me are off limits. It's dark. It means we gotta kind of be close. We can't talk. Um, I'm a believer in, like I said, because I come with a 2 hour time limit. I just don't like having phones, and I'm a businessman who has multiple phones. But I try not to carry my phones. If I think something's going on, I try to give that disclaimer early. Hey, this was going on. I got some guys at work, and I'm on call. But just to be randomly answering questions and texts, and I pick up the phone, I see a text, and I be like, hold on for a second. That's a no-no. Sports bars, they can be cool, unless you know something, but not on the game day, because they're gonna be too busy watching the game. Powerade. There's nobody sent me tequila. I'm talking to you guys. I don't know why I ain't getting no tequila. I'm a pretty good host. But you just figure it out. I mean, I went on one date. Didn't go so well. We were cordial, but it didn't go well. And, because we were both easily distracted by other things. That was cool. It cost me $17, but it was cool. It gave me a chance. We went to a movie. I just don't believe in them. Now, what you believe in is on you. But like I said, and once again, and you just have to decide what's really going on. If you got little kids, is it fair to say that no phones on the first date? It's really not. It's not. But you have to. There's some things you have to know up front. I don't think you should have any long conversations. I don't think you should keep texting somebody back and forth. But sometimes the phones they're kind of necessary. Even though we didn't have them 10, 15 years ago. Well, probably even longer than that. But there's some things you just have to consider. Right, and that's the thing. Like I said, and it's hard to have hard and fast rules because everybody's in a different situation, so you have to consider these things. But we're talking about making an impression on somebody. Like I said, if the date is going south, I still say don't get on the phone. Just end it before the 2 hour limit. But there are very few things that we can't do for 2 hours and get through. So if there's a 2 hour window on our date, and okay, like Nas, it's a little after 7. If we're supposed to be together from 6 to 8, as long as you're not at that suicidal stage, put up with it for the next 40, 50 minutes. At the end, get a hug, handshake, whatever it is, and go. Which is what you're going to do anyway. 2 hours. Whether the date is going good, bad, or indifferent, at 2 hours, you have already pre-agreed to part company. That way you don't have that uncomfortable mix. Because I'm sure everybody's been on that date where you was hoping your phone would ring and it's not ringing at all now. You was hoping the building caught on fire. You just need an escape. Because you don't want to be rude, and most of us have been through this. So we're there. We're hostage. Because you don't want to just get up and go. Even though sometimes it gets that bad. You're just hoping for some little glimmer of hope so you can leave. So I just believe in the 2 hour window. That's just what I believe in. Like I said, I try not to put myself in situations where we're held captive. I would love to say that a car ride is a nice something to do, but no, because you trapped in a container, and people driving. There's too many things that go wrong. What about a place like Dave and Buster's or Andretti's? For a first date, Curtis, I would say Dave and Buster's is probably a no, because can you really talk? You really just you getting your coins and tokens. You spend a lot of money. I would say that's more of a second. I would say it's a third date or beyond, because now you can be competitive with each other. You can play more with each other. Now you can be a little bit more touchy-feely because it is that environment. For a first date, I would say no, because you don't want to put yourself in an environment that is so touchy-feely, but you can't, because now you're not sure how cool y'all are yet. So for me, Dave and Buster's or even Andretti's, that's a further along. Like I said, second or third date, because now we know we cool. It's kind of like I play a little basketball. Would I play basketball on the first date? No. Second date, yes. Like I said, because it's a sport where there's gonna be physical contact. The first date really shouldn't be a whole lot of contact. Maybe some hand holding once you get to that point. But that's what you're testing the water for. Do you want to hold hands? Is this somebody who you could see yourself kissing on a regular basis or being kissed by? So you don't want to put anybody in an awkward position where, okay, say you go to Andretti's or Dave and Buster's, they do something good, and y'all giving a high five. I'm just not a big fan of high fiving women. I like hugs, but don't get me wrong, I will high five women because sometimes that's just a thing to do. But I am who I am, and I have to catch myself. But when you go there as a date, even just to get the high five, you want a hug. Good job. But are y'all that cool yet? Or are y'all in the process of becoming lovers, or in the process of becoming buddies? Not the sexual buddies, just buddies. Rosin said she ain't sweating on the first date. And that's a good thing, because if you sweating on the first date, Rosin, it means it's a booty call. Hold on, So said, wait a minute. I ain't holding hands on the first date. Whatever, So. But that's the thing. I mean, you know, at some point we've got to bridge some kind of gap to know if we want a second date. A high five might put you in the friend zone, right? Into that friend zone, the one that we don't want. But and the thing is, hey, cuzzo, you like hugs too. But that, what's live? What's your name? What's your name, cousin daughter? That earring is live? My earring? Or what? You lost me. And tell me what your name is, Jamaica's daughter. That's a relative of mine that I've never seen a picture of. I probably have on Facebook. That don't count. Yeah, and that's the thing, Curtis. You don't want to get put in the friend zone on the first date if you're not ready to be there yet. I mean, sometimes that's the best thing going. You like my earring? When I come to Houston, I'll bring you one. Cool. Tell Auntie Carol I said, hey, first date conversation and getting a feel for, and right, and to me that's what the first date should be about. If you put too much emphasis on anything else, you're kind of losing it, because it shouldn't be a thing where I gotta impress you. I should be able to be myself, and you know, for instance, I have a foul mouth, and it's really foul over time. But you do want to have conversation and engage interest and not be judgmental, because we're different. We don't want to get into deep political conversations. We don't want to have a deep sexual conversation. Hold on, cuz how old are you? I don't need to be talking sex for you on the show. Put your mom back on the page. But the first date is just about how comfortable we feel with each other. Do we really want to take this to another level? You still didn't tell me your name. Oh, Ayana. Okay, hey, Ayana. But yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. That's so when people are talking about first dates, we're not going on a helicopter ride on the first date. We you know, do you want to go? What's that thing when you swing down the thing like you in the army? It's not a first date, because those require physical contact, and I just don't believe that there should be a lot of physical contact right there on the first date. And don't get me wrong, once again, there are exceptions to every rule. If your first date was somebody who you've been, let's say I was one of these soldiers in Afghanistan and I met somebody on Facebook and we've been going back and forth for a year or so. Zipline, yeah. Now, first date is a year later. I mean, we've had a lot of time to interact. So maybe then the first date can change some of the rules. But on a conventional first date, where you meet somebody and within 7 days or whatever, 7 to 10 days, y'all already going out. Curtis, come to Random Thoughts with DVP, because you're going to get me in trouble. Curtis wants to know, what are my feelings about double dating and blind dates? As I like double dates. I've been on double dates with my brother and sister. So I'm cool with double dating. Blind dates, at this stage in my life, no. I need to see something ahead of time. And I'm shallow. So I don't want to go on a blind date. No, you can tell me about the girl is she's got a great personality. I don't trust great personalities. I'm funny my damn self. I don't need a funny chick who's ugly. But that's just me. Some people like adventure or whatever, and sometimes you need a wingman. I just can't do it. But double dating to me is cool, especially if you're a couple, because you want to get to know other couples. Because once you start dating, you're gonna lose some of your single friends, some of the guys who want to hang out all the time and do guy stuff. So double dating to me is, you know, like I say, me and my sis, And another couple, we went to see my dad go sing. So it was three couples, and that was a cool thing. Yeah, blind dates are just, especially in the age of social media, blind dates are just a no go. You could be a serial killer. You could, mess around and have one leg, six eyes. I don't know. It's just too many things that can go wrong. At the end of the first date, you know if you're willing to go on the second date, and you have a clue if the other one does. Right. Right. And that's the thing. That's why the first date is pretty much getting to know you. Am I cool with you being in my space? Talking on the phone is a whole different animal than being in somebody's space. When you get to feel their vibe, you get to see their eyes move, you get to really see them intimately and up close. Because, I might have missed you at a club, the lighting was dim, one of us could have had a drink, could have had a lot of makeup on, which is one of the things I hate. So now we closely face to face, boom, we're in a whole different category. How is it with just us? Now, Curtis, because she said something, double dates are both for a new couple. I wouldn't double date on a first date, I don't think. Because now it's almost like we're competing with somebody else. And I mean, it could be a safe zone thing, because the girl doesn't want to be by herself. If she's fresh out of a marriage, she's come from a bruised relationship or something, I could kind of understand that. But as a general rule, I wouldn't want to do a double date on the first date. Like I said, at this stage in the game, if I got a girlfriend, yeah, I would double date with the people who I know. My sister and brother, and her husband, because I know them. So they do couples things. So yeah, I would want to get into that mold, because these people have been together for like 100 years. So I would want some of what they got to rub off on us, so we could bounce questions off them as we're trying to form a relationship based off people who we know have a successful series of dates. But yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I ain't doing no blind dates. But double dates, man. Double dates to me, that's the shit. Like, back in the day, I went to the murder mystery theater. Agatha's Murder Mystery Dinner. And it was like 4 or 5 couples. So it was cool with that. A double date also doesn't allow you to give the person your undivided attention. Right, and that's what I'm saying, Paige. On the first date, no. Unless there were mitigating circumstances. Like I said, if she came out of an abusive relationship, or if she had issues, I could understand her wanting to be around somebody who she knew as a buffer. But just in general, nah. But a double date as an established couple, I think is really cool, because you get to mess with other couples, and now both partners, now we're not in the first date stage no more, but both partners get to see if they want to hang out with another couple. Paige, let's just say me and you decide to go out, and we go out with my sister and brother. They get to grade us, we get to grade them. They can talk about whether or not they want to hang out with us again. We get to talk whether or not we want to hang out with them again. Because now you're getting both sides. I don't have to say, Paige, my sister and brother are really cool, because for whatever reason, y'all might not vibe. For whatever reason, they might not vibe with you. So there are times when the double date is the cool thing to do, because something that a double date allows you to do, and this is beyond the first date status, is if there's a divide, you still got somebody who you're cool with. My sister and brother, they can do their thing. Me and Paige can do our thing. We're still there, and we still know that there's somebody we can have a good time with. Because if they don't like her, they still got each other. If we don't like them, we still got each other. So I mean, I think double dating long term, I think it's a good thing. I think it's because we can share knowledge. We can, like I said, I took my sister and brother to my dad's spot. So, when I want to do something, they can say, hey, well, let's go here. And, that's how you build your knowledge base. Because they probably done things that we don't know nothing about. Odessa says she wants to go bowling or play pool. Double dates is cool for competition. Me and my girl can compete against Curtis, you and your girl, or my sister and brother, or Tim and his wife, Doug and his girl. So now we got a little friendly competition going. And if we're really feeling it, we can do boys against girls. Because if you're clicking, that's always fun to do boys against girls. It's always fun to do couples against couples, if both people have some athletic tendencies. Spades is fun when you're double dating. So there's a place for it. How do we get on this? My Altabelli's up in Alpharetta, and he's there every Monday. It's open every day, but he's there on Mondays. And the food is great. The atmosphere is great. It's I've never been in. It was crowded, and I know some people who only want to go to crowded places, but crowded places lose their intimacy to me. Like I said, Bonnie's my sister. You can ask how she felt about it. Like I said, her and her husband went. And I want to say it's the first time we ever went out on a double date. They've been here almost 2 years. And I don't know why we just never did anything, but it's like, hey, y'all come on out. Like I said, it ain't a place I would go every week because it is, I won't say expensive, but it's not cheap. Get you a glass of wine, or, you know, if it's a few of y'all, get a bottle of wine. It's great. I would recommend it, and not just because of my dad. The food was great without him singing. Him singing, because there's another lady that sings as a piano player, but we never had to yell to each other, and when the music stopped, everybody was scared of us talking. And it was just a cool venue. It's one of the ones I would recommend for adults. There's no real dress code. You can wear jeans and slacks or whatever. You know, you don't have to put on a suit, but you're not gonna go up there in athletic gear. Right, and that's how I said, you know, do spades, and, you know, and yeah, you know, that's pretty much when you start doing house parties, because you want to go, you know, you want to go somewhere where you can just chill and be yourself. But that's an established thing where we know that some of us get along. You want to go where, Odessa? To Altobelli's? Make it happen. I work most Mondays, so you know, that's what's up. Can I get a time check for somebody while I drink my water? I mean my Powerade. But yeah, you know, I've always been amazed at this whole financial institution as it revolves around a first date. And it's just too much. And people put so much stock in it because you do have gold diggers, or you have people who are status seekers. Sporting event, first date, I would still say no, Curtis. Because do you really get a chance to talk, and you sitting too close to each other? And like I said, for me, a first date is about, we need to be able to move closer to each other as the night goes on. But when we start off, we need to start off. All right, if you both like sports, but if you had a sporting event, Curtis, and you gotta remember now, I got a 2-hour time limit, so that kills football. Basketball maybe, but what happens is we're so much focused on this now. When do we actually get a chance to talk? And like I said, if you're gonna go to a sporting event, if you're gonna go to have dinner before, afterwards, then maybe. But to me, you pushing the time frame, because if you're at a sporting event with this chick just because y'all like sports, what if y'all not really messing? Now you got the rest of the night you got to go through. You done paid $40, $50 for these tickets. Then you got to eat, but you're not feeling her. So where's your escape route? I say, you know, on paper, let's just say, basically, boys like girls, girls like boys. So that means the date should go well. But we know all boys don't like all girls, and all girls don't like all boys. And like I said, I'm 50, shit, I don't know how old I am no more. I'm over 50. So I try not to put myself in lose-lose situations. You're right, but you do have something in common individually, but can you enjoy it with that person? I mean, we enjoy talking sports. I don't like sporting events because people want to keep standing up. We watching on TV. They can't hear you, so I don't do all that yelling. So I don't enjoy sporting events with people most of the time. Even though I can talk sports, like we met talking sports at the pool table. But when you go, and some people just get so caught up in sports and it's so personal to them, it can make you think that you got a real, there's no between a fan and a fanatic. So you both like sports, but what if the girl you're taking out is a fanatic? Somebody who wants to, you a Pittsburgh fan? Or I think, right? What if she just, she yelling at Ben because, Ben is her guy. Ben is her sports husband. So she's yelling at Ben the whole time, but you're over here, it's a date. But it's not a date. You're in the friend zone. Even if you're not feeling each other, the event can help you. Curtis, I'm going to let you do what you think. I'm just telling you from I would never do it. We need to be at a certain point because we're going to, like I said, I'm a stickler for the time because I've been on those dates. I've been on those dates that lasted too long. Anybody been on a date that lasted too long and you kept trying to figure out how to get away? But before the date started, you thought y'all had something in common. But you see that the way y'all got it in common are extremely different. I do feel you, Curtis. That's what I'm saying. You have to think about it yourself if that works for you. Okay. I got you, Brenda. And like I said, that's why I say what worked for me in my experiences. These are the things that, because people say, why do you put a time limit on? Because it just makes it fair for everybody. Because, like I said, most people have been on that date that lasted too long. Brenda can't relate because she's been married 100 years. Odessa is single. Odessa, have you not been on dates that last too long? And, you know, Odessa may be rude at times. But sometimes you don't want to be rude. You're just hoping it's going to end soon. Rosalind said she going to the bathroom and have someone call the emergency. And you know, I can't deal with some of y'all. But that's just, you know, like I said, these are just random thoughts of DVP. These are things that I've come across that I've learned to adjust to as I've gotten older. See? And everybody saying they went to the bathroom and had somebody text their partner to text them back. But if you come with a time limit, like I said, there aren't very many times you can't wait somebody out. If you know it's 7 to 9, like I said, this show is 6 to 8. If you were forced to listen to this show, even if you didn't like it, how many of y'all could make it for 30 more minutes? It's not killing you. You're just not interested. But, you know, you can sit there and smile and be like, hey, 30 more minutes. Because now you see the finish line. I made it. You know, you do your Martin Luther King speech, free at last. Thank God I'm free at last. And you end it. But if you at the sporting event with Chicky, and she keep ordering beers and her speech getting slurred, she still loves sports, Curtis. So do you. Now she touchy-feely with you and the guy next to you. She want to touch everybody on their thigh. She's spitting out beer. And you still got dinner to go to. Where's your escape route? Because y'all still got something in common. And it's not having something in common. It's being able to share that personally in common. And that's the trick to a good date. Because most of us have things in common, but it doesn't mean we have it in common personally. Because most people like sports. But I don't like people who scream at TVs. Most people like movies. I don't like people who talk out loud during movies. Let me just watch the movie. Especially if you've seen it. Don't keep telling me, wait, watch this. You ain't gonna believe what's gonna happen. I'm banging my head. Hey, Miss Weston. Right, but that's what I'm saying. And it's just things you have to weigh out. Odessa's friend called her back crying, so she had emergency. And I just don't think, you know what I'm saying, that's a bit much. Why we can't just, like I say, I'm just, like I said, I've learned, have a time limit. Getting to know you is one thing, but I went on a date once and she treated it like an interrogation, rapid fire question after question, not a conversation or one-way inquisition. Right. And, you know, you don't want that, even though some people say that they wanted to. You know, getting to know me is us having casual conversation. I don't believe in a lot of personal information on the first date. I don't know you well enough to share my personal information. This is seeing how we click. Let's talk about small things. What kind of interest do you have? What do you do for fun? I really don't care how many kids you got or your job on the first date, because these are not things that are really that important to me. You know what I'm saying? Did you go to school? You know, you know, where'd you grow up? You know, whatever. But what do you do for a living? How many boyfriends have you had? I mean, you know, do you do anal? Do you save money? Do you have any rental property? Do you have a 401k? Who do you bank with? Are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat? Are you this? Are you that? How you lost your virginity? These are things that kind of, you don't want all of that. You want to be able to go somewhere relaxed and be able to, you want to be able to laugh. You want to be able to enjoy the scenery. Everybody know I like to talk about people. Some people are sensitive to that. So if you're sensitive and you don't get my sarcasm, then you're not a good date for me. Do I have crazy stalkers? I have had crazy stalkers, sis. Luckily, I got rid of them, and now I got you guys that help me get rid of them. But yeah, I try to vet them out early. What about anal, Monica? This is a PG show. Oh, did I tell you I'm gonna start doing the After Dark show too? I think every third Friday with the new group I'm going to. Come on, some things mean you have to get out of the way. She might have 7 kids with 5 baby daddies. Right, but Curtis, if I'm not feeling her in the first place, do I care how many kids she got or how many baby daddies she got? The first date, even if it's a one-night stand, Curtis, do I care? Now, if I'm thinking about making her my girl, which the first date will not determine, the first date determines how far she gets on the application process, there's some things I just don't care about. What's a question to ask on the first date, sis? Do they do anal? Whoo. Can we keep this PG-13? Boy, I need a censor for real. So, but yeah, so Curtis, for real, I mean, you're going to get me in a lot of trouble because you won't come to the show page where these women can read your comments. Because they want to comment to you, Curtis. Type in your spacebar, random thoughts with EVP, and come join me live, Curtis. You see what's going on. Don't play. Come on over. They want to talk to you now. Because ladies, do y'all ask a guy how many kids he's got and how many baby mama he got? Is that a first date question? For anybody but you, Monica. Is that a first date question? You want to know how many kids he's got? Because my thing is, I want to know if I like you first. Because once you like somebody, you put up with a lot of different things. Curtis, I know you. You got friends who ain't shit. But they're your friends because you like them. But if you knew who they were initially, they would have never been your friends. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Some people we just like. Despite their bad habits, despite everything that they do that goes against our perfect morals, we still like them. Dang, nabbit. Rosalind, you fast. I ain't playing with you no more. But that's just the system. So, like I said, there's some things, I believe in. You want to get to know people. You want to get to know them. And then, as you learn you like them, you accept more things about them and you learn more about them. Curtis, consider where we met. And, this is just friendship. If most of those people where we met would have knew I was a cop, do you think they would have been my friends? And when y'all met me, I was a real everyday cop. You think most of them people would have been cool with me, knowing that I was a cop? When they found out later, it was too late for them to change their impression of me because I already knew more about them than they wanted me to, but there I was. I said nothing about anal. I was saying, oh, okay. See, sis, Monica distracts me. She started talking about anal. But yeah, I do ask the crazy stalker question early just because that's something you got to know up front. Curtis. His name is Curtis Roberts. He hiding out here on the other page. I'm trying to get him to come over to the show page, but I think he's scared of y'all ladies. Curtis, random thoughts with DVP. Quit playing. Come on over here. Come on over here. I beat him in pool. He ain't been the same since. Right, you got to think yourself, and that's why I'm quick to ask about that stalker question. Audrey Tuggle, what is going on? How have you been? I had a crush on Audrey Tuggle. She probably just clicked on right quick. I had a crush on Audrey Tuggle in elementary school. That's how long I've been knowing her. And you know what made me get over my crush? Audrey, I don't know if y'all remember tetherball. We had a tetherball at our school. Audrey was the best tetherball player in the whole free world, and I could never beat her. It killed it. Curtis, they saying don't be scared. Come on over. They calling you out. Come on over to the show page, Curtis. You ain't got but... You got 30 minutes left. I just looked at the clock. It's 7:30. You got 30 minutes. Come on over. I'm gonna make the show last at least 7:48. So, but yeah, Audrey Tuggle was my. I don't even know if she knew she was my elementary school curse. But she a crazy stalker, scared friend. Went on one date. Dinner at 2 Urban Links. I've been there. Said he and his date made it through dinner. He wasn't feeling her. Next day at work, you were typing a lot there, sis. Oh, next day at work, he received flowers. Right, and I said, there's some things I just don't want to give out on the first date. I'm not giving out my last name. And I had a girl say, well, I'm not going by who I know their whole name. What you need to know my whole name for a date? If we having sex, maybe, but we're not having sex. We just sitting and chilling. You sit next to people on the bus without knowing their name, so you can sit next to me in a restaurant and you don't need to know my whole name. It's just not that serious. But if that's their level of security, then to me that means that probably I don't need to mess with them because maybe their life is just a little too hectic for me. See, to me these are flags. What do you ask or talk about on the first date? Just general conversation. I'm gonna ask you how your day went. I'm probably ask you if you like comedy. Little basic stuff. What kind of movies you like? There you go, Curtis. You the man. There you go. Now he was one talking trash, ladies, about the first dates and blind dates and going to sport events. So he's here now. First date question about small talk. Right. Like, where are you from? Yeah. And that's it. Just basic stuff. Just basic general info. Nothing is confidential. Last name, where I live, which is new to me because I'm old school. I'm used to picking up my dates. But in this age of stalkers and all this, I understand now when women want to meet me somewhere. I get that. So I get it. I don't like it because I'm old school. I believe I should pick a woman up and take her back to make sure she arrives safely. But I get it. And I've learned to hold that one back. Hey, Audrey, I really did. And I want you to come to my show page too. I really did have a crush on. Don't you remember beating everybody in tetherball out there on the playground? See, that means I ain't never forgot. That's the show page. Come on over here and join me. You so silly. But yeah, the first date, you just talk about little casual things. You know, do you like comedy? Because you know, if you're thinking about a second date, you want to know. You like comedy? What kind of movies you like? What are your favorite movies? What kind of music do you like? Because now you're just asking basic questions to get a vibe for them. And this is, you know, depending on how many phone conversations you've had. Because now we're in a microwave world. Most people don't talk on the phone a lot. You meet somebody, you have one or two conversations, you plan a date, you go from there. Right. And I don't want anybody coming to my house. But like I say, Roslyn, I'm old school. I'm from the world where I'm supposed to pick you up and take you home. With the advent of stalkers, that all changed. I can't do that now. And it was so foreign to me that I couldn't date at first because I don't like not being able to do that. Because that was initially our chance to talk. So when we go somewhere, we go to eat over there, we can enjoy the fine dining, the ambiance, and the gazing into each other's eyes and say we feel each other. Because we was going to have 2 trips of at least 15 minutes from your house to where we were going to eat and back where we could talk. Without any real interruptions other than the radio, and I get to control the volume on that. The new stuff with all these crazy people killed that. So there's more pressure on having a good first date because you don't get that wind down time of the car ride. Because even if we had a bad date wherever we went, we could talk about it on the car ride and laugh and joke about it. I need to drive just in case I need. Right, but Monica, there's no need to dip. If you got a 2-hour time limit, because even you can put up with somebody for 2 hours. Antonio, what's good? Pimping. So that's the hustle. If you got this, then you don't need to do it. But like I say, and I can't fault women now for needing to drive because so many guys are crazy. And even I tell them, even when you leave the restaurant, wherever you y'all go, drive around the block twice to make sure he ain't following you. Because now I give out these tips because I've been a cop and I know what guys do. You know, they walk you to your car. Pull off. Don't give them a chance to catch up with you. I've seen too many guys do it. So I understand now some of the reasons women need to be a little bit more evasive when they're dealing with guys. Monica, nobody can have 2 hours of misery with you. So yeah, I mean, so when you're doing that, like I said, the first date, because the first date is probably right. Not some, most of them are crazy, and that's why I say, Curtis, I don't even want them coming to my house. I mean, see, like next to my bathroom door, I have big guns, and you know, you watch TV, women come to your house, they hitting their little GPS, they hitting a little tracker thing for their friends to come to the house, cause they got women now who come to your house just to seduce you, to get you in the bed and all relax while their friends kicking in your door and start robbing you. So it's a whole crazy thing that people have to do. So guys have to be safe. Because before, you know, guys were safe. But even now, I always tell ladies, do not go to a guy's house for even if you think he cool. Because you don't know. He get you in his house. You in his dungeon. He got the keys. He got this. He got that. Whatever. Y'all just want a chance to play. Whatever. Monica, you know, anyway. Monica, you fast. So yeah, both sides got to be safe now. And now everybody need to drive their own car. And go from there. Because that's just the process. But you still got to get back to the dynamics of the first date. Being somewhere where you can talk and get to know more about each other. See if it's something that you want to do. Because the second date still means you're going to be a couple. It just, yeah. I enjoyed the interaction. I enjoyed the exchange of information. The free-flowing ideas. I didn't feel like I was interrogated. Yeah, I'm thinking I would like to get to know more about you. You made me laugh. You understand my sarcasm. Don't mean you're going to be a girlfriend. It just means you got potential. Because you still may end up being a good buddy. But the first date is about trying to get out of the buddy zone. There's stages to this. You know, Don't do the Steve Harvey thing where it's 90 days of stages because that's stupid. To me. Anybody who know that they're going to wait 90 days to have sex is a tramp. Because who does that? Who has a predetermined number of times I'm going to see you or how many hours of contact we got to have before you can have sex? You really need to meet people before. You really need to meet people that know him before. But even the people you meet, Monica, how do you judge whether or not they're haters or people who are just on the payroll? And even if you meet those people, how do you know how they judge people? I mean, you meet a guy, and understand this. Most serial killers are really charming. So if you meet everybody and they tell you how charming the person is, does that mean he's a serial killer? Because most serial killers are really charming until they get you alone. Then they do what they do best. They kill you serially. So sometimes you can't even take the judgment of people. It's kind of like recipes and food. People tell, oh man, I went to this place, it was great. You get there and the place is trash because the person who you got the information from doesn't have the same taste as you. So how do you really gauge that? You really got to do it for yourself. That's really the only way it's going to happen to work out for you. Cause yeah, you know, everybody got a group of cheerleaders. Hey man, put in a good word for them. So you're gonna say all the right things. I'm gonna use Curtis. Me and Curtis, we play pool together. We're cool. I can't say me and Curtis are friends. We've never done anything outside of playing pool in a closed-in environment. We never hung out. Curtis can't tell you nothing bad about me. Curtis really can't tell you nothing good about me. The best thing Curtis can tell you is that he might be able to tell you, yeah, I'm a cool dude and I like to play pool. But he can't tell you nothing personally about me to evaluate me as a person. For my dealings with Curtis, he's a cool dude. But can I tell you Curtis ain't a serial killer? I can't. I can't tell you if Curtis got good taste in women. All I can tell you is that I know Curtis. We I know him in real life and we Facebook friends. And a lot of times people won't tell you that. They'll be like, oh yeah, good dude. I mean, I done heard people telling people I was good. Don't like this, don't know nothing about me. But he's saying it because his own selfish reason. What's up, D Wells? So you have to gauge that for what it's worth. Everybody who telling you stuff ain't giving you good information sometimes. They just saying it because they don't know. And then, as my sister said, my other sister, are you meeting a representative of the real person? I don't have a representative because I'm old. That's too many people to try to keep up with. Curtis, every killer I know has stated that they wanted to kill him. I ain't never heard a killer just say, yeah, I'm a killer, y'all. Deal with it. So that's a guilty line, Curtis. But that's my point, though. I mean, like I say, I can't tell you nothing bad about Curtis if you ask me. But does it mean Curtis is a good dude or Curtis ain't a killer? And that's why, Monica, you can't really... Oh, you should date, Monica. You just... 2-hour time limit. Wherever you go the first time should be somewhere where there is a decent crowd of people. A public venue where you get to see each other. Whereas you are a killer. And that's the whole process, because this dating thing is so much more complex now. Back in the day, we could date, and if we didn't get along, everything was good. I wasn't gonna keep calling you. I won't do this. You won't have to block me. I won't call you 100 times. I mean, nowadays, it's the craziest thing. A lot of you girls got boyfriends that you know nothing about. A lot of us guys have girlfriends that we know nothing about. I got into a semi-argument one time with a girl who was fussing at me. We're in the process of dating, and she called me one day and she was like, you ain't shit, yada yada yada. Why you ain't tell me about you and my friend was seeing each other? I went out with her friend. I didn't know it was a friend, but I went out with her friend like 6-7 months prior to. But in her friends world, we were girlfriend and boyfriend. She telling her friend that we done had sex, we done went on trips, we done did this. What the hell? Not me. And she's like, yeah. I said, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. What's up, Donald Ferguson? What's happening with you? I'm going live soon to a venue, so first, you know what's up. So even when you do that, people will misrepresent you in ways we had to call this girl on the three-way. I had to call her and let the girl I was dating listen. Hey, what's going on? Why you telling people we did this? Oh, because I don't like that. I don't like that bitch. I don't want her going out with you. And you should have been mine. I don't know why you didn't want to go out with me a second time. Da, 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 da. So now she get to hear it. But when the girl was talking to her, she was representing us as a couple. So if she went by what she heard from other people, she's sinking me without giving me a chance to defend myself. So I'm not really a big fan of that unless you really know the people who giving you these who giving you the credentials. You just went on a date and he had his hands all over me. You started to like his hands all over you after your third shot. Monica, you fast. I'm not even playing with you. Furry, what's good? Hey, Wells, first, I need y'all to come over. Look up that where it said Random Thoughts with DVP. Come over to that page. I'm just broadcasting over here because I'm trying to get people in because I'm going to a radio station soon. So come on over to Random Thoughts with DVP. I'm going to type it one more time. Hit this in your search engine on Facebook, and it'll bring you to my page where you can join us. Because I got girls over here who be needing to ask y'all questions. They don't just need my views. They need y'all views too. So hit that, type that in your bar, and come on over. See, and Ferguson is over here. When me and Ferguson met, I would say that me and Ferguson wasn't cool with each other. We were competitive because we both had similarities. But we should have been cool because we were almost the same people. But it became so competitive that we didn't click initially. At the end of the day, no, Ferguson. At the end of the day, me and Ferguson, I would say now we're really cool because we understand each other. We're older now. When we first met, we were in our 20s. And that's what that was. That's why I say I don't really hold first impressions to be that dear. If you ask me something about Ferguson now, I could give you better information than back then because now we're not compared. Now we are brothers. You know what I'm saying? I understand him better. We understand each other better. But when we met 30 years ago, there was no love lost between me and Ferguson. He's one of the people that if I base everything on first impression, we would never be Facebook friends or anything because we were. I ain't gonna never say we hate each other, but we weren't friends. We had mutual friends, but because of who we were, the same pool of women liked us both, so we were competitors, which made a difference. Otis, what's good? Wells, I'm act like I don't even hear you talking. You just come on over to the page. These women got questions they want to ask guys because they, you know. And see, you know, and the great thing about this show, even like with Curtis and Wells when Ferguson come over, I don't need co-signers because everybody needs to have their own opinion. That's part of what make you cool with me. I know how I think. You know, Curtis want to go to a sporting event. As much as I like sports, and it has nothing to do with the girl, I don't want to go on a sporting date with nobody. Right, first, we do respect each other, but we grew to that because in our younger days, we didn't have that because it was so much testosterone between us, and I guess that's the best word. It was testosterone. It was two alpha males who didn't know how to articulate or speak to each other because we both different people at 50 than we were at 20. But come on over here, Ferguson. You was quiet, bus stop. Let me go back over here and deal with these people. Come on over to the show page. Are you really going on a date to get to know the person or to see if you want to have sex? See, the two are mutually exclusive. One ain't got nothing to do with the other. I can have sex with you and not know you. I can know you and not have sex with you. I want to see where it is I want to be with you. Are you just somebody I just want to have sex with, or are you somebody who is interesting enough that I want to get to know you and have sex with you? So that's the dichotomy. But that's the purpose of a date, to see where it is we want to go. Because I've met really beautiful women that I had no interest in sleeping with. They were good conversationalists. Some were good, but some of them, they just, So the date tells us more about what we want to do. And it's the same thing. Women, if you're honest, that, you know, because I like honesty, when you go on a date with a guy, are you going for the free meal, or are you going with a guy because you want to see if he's going to talk himself into your bed or out of your bed? Because most women say you know pretty soon whether or not a guy can get some. Now, if he's going to get some, that's a whole different animal because his mouthpiece determines where he goes. Some guys could have more sex if they shut up because you've already given him and say, okay, you know, well, he could get it. I like what I see. I like this or whatever. But as soon as he started talking, he started Xing. So it's the same for both parties. How much further do you want to go in this relationship of getting to know each other? Right, Rosalind, that works for you. But if you talk to some of your female friends, your cousins, you'll find out that they go on these dates to get meals. That's why someone want to go places that they can't take themselves. And they get mad. You know, I love to see when women talk about what a real man gonna take a woman to dinner at a nice restaurant, yada, yada, yada. No, that's what a real boyfriend does. If you're my girl, yeah, we're going to stop eating at fast food places. We're going to go to nice places. Not every week, but, you know, we're going to do them because I ain't trying to blow money eating out like that. You know, if you're my woman, you care about me and my money. So you ain't going to keep making me do that. But why would I just take some chicken head, and that's what you are initially, a chicken head. You may be cute, but you're a chicken head. Why would I take some chicken head to a nice, expensive place on the first date when I don't even know if we like each other? I don't even know if we like each other on a personal level. Yeah, on the phone, you cool. On the other side, you cool. Truth is, I'm not going on a date unless it's going to lead to sex while I date someone. Right, so, and, you know, Monica has her way. She ain't going on a date unless she thinks it's going to lead to sex. So, fellas, if Monica says she's going to go out with you, you already know what it means. Monica, you want to go out to dinner? So, you already know what it means. Because Monica, and that's what most women do, though. They just can't say it. That's what most guys do. At the end of the day, that's what you hoping things going to end up. But you got to get past these little baby steps first. Everybody who's cute, you don't want to have sex with. You're right, but I mean, I don't call them a chicken head to their face, but in my mind, that's what it is, you drinking again. And, you know, at first I started off calling him chick. But it's like when I tell ladies, don't keep calling guys your king if he ain't done things to earn it. He's a booty calling waiting initially. Because when you meet a guy, why do you initially go out with a guy? It's not because he asked you. There was something about him that made you want to spend time with him, unless you just that gold digger chick who need to eat because you ain't got no food. So you's like, okay, this guy, I could see myself naked with him, or you know, us. We like, yeah, I can see being naked with this girl. Let's see if she's worth it, because as you get older, you do become a little bit more picky. And so that's what the first date is about. 10 more minutes. That's what the first date is about. To see where it is you want to go. Is this somebody I want to have sex with one time? Is this somebody I want to have sex with multiple times? Is this somebody who I want to let into my personal world? Or for you, it's important, Rosalind. And that's what, remember I talked before on another show about preferences and priorities, about writing things down that are important to you. If all you want to do is have sex, like Monica, is conversation that important? Because conversation, Rosalind, has taught many a guy out of your bed. Well, I ain't gonna say many in that extent, but I'm saying you probably met some guys who you thought were sexy, cool, whatever. And the more they talk, the more you realize they weren't gonna get none. So conversation sometimes is the worst thing going for a guy, because if he didn't talk, he could have got some. Might not have been your boyfriend. Not saying that you fast and loose like Monica, and that's what you have to gauge where you are in your world. Because sometimes people go on dates strictly for the sex. I would say Curtis has done it. I'm gonna say Wells has done it. I'm gonna speak for all the guys. Every guy's probably done it at least twice in their life. They went on a date purely thinking about sex at the end of that date. Not at the end of not later on in a relationship. We've gone on dates knowing that sex was going to be the end goal for that night. Building a relationship is doing other things. Right, but the first date ain't about doing other things, Monica. Playing golf together anytime you... Right, but we talking about the first date. When we doing first date stuff, it's about getting to know each other, see if you want to do that. You like playing golf, Monica. When you play golf, you want to play with somebody who you cool with. Nighttime is for sex. What is daytime for? Anytime is for sex. Yep, but their mind is... Right, but, you know, sometimes you just have to accept where you are and accept the little changes. Like I say, we grow over time. We change who we are. Are you the same personality you were 10 years ago or 20 years ago? Because you've changed. When we were in from 16 to 25, who was really considering a real relationship? Who was really considering being married for 30, 40 years at that age? If I don't spend daytime with you, we're not going to be in a relationship. What if they take you to lunch in the daytime, Monica? Because you already said a meal is going to get them some. So if they take you to lunch in the daytime, they got that part covered. They come over at night for the sex. Then y'all got according to what you said, y'all got to have a relationship. But you've been drinking, so I ain't gonna hold you responsible for all that you typing. Okay, I'm sorry. Ferguson said you was quite strong-minded. Yeah, and we both were. And like I said, we were just two alpha males who didn't know how to, we were young. We didn't know how to translate that over into a friendship. Yeah, Doug, Monica's a pretty girl and she golfs. I don't know how good she is, but she does golf and she played the guitar. I don't know if you still play the guitar, Monica? Uh, but she is really, really spunky. And she's spunky. Um, and so I mean, but that's the whole first date process. And I still hear guys all the time talking about wanting to go to Ruth Chris. And I'm like, on the first date, Ruth Chris is not cheap. As a matter of fact, in my world, Ruth Chris is expensive. If that's expensive, you don't. Hey, that's what's up. If you don't like my dollar taste, then fine. Maybe you do need to exclude yourself from the conversation. I don't care. I ain't lost nothing. Yeah. Thank you, Ray. You know what? And that's what I'm gonna do a show on that because I heard that before about men can't handle them, and I was talking to somebody. Oh, Dust, can you remember that for me if you're still here, or even Ray? This whole a man can't handle a good woman, a woman can't handle a good man. I'm gonna do a show on that's. I'm gonna do a show on that. Why do you think men can't handle you, Monica? And I mean, I do know some reasons why men can't handle you because, of course, I've known you, and I know guys who like you. Change the title. Just say dudes can't handle you, or men can handle you, Monica. Men are not easily intimidated. Men. Not males. Men. There is a difference. They may look the same, but there's differences. And that's what's real. It's 7:53. I have enjoyed my time with you guys. Once again, I'm gonna be doing some stuff with Atlanta True Confessions. And I'm gonna probably start doing an After Dark show every third Friday. I think that's what they said they wanted me to. That's what they want to try to do. I will keep you guys updated on my show page. I'm gonna put a little information on my personal pages. But I need you guys to come to the show page. Monica, I need a review. Like the page, follow the page. Curtis, like the page, follow the page. Do me a review. I need you guys to do this. I'm trying to get some sponsorships so I can move on to bigger and better things. I'm gonna start doing some live shows where you guys can come and be part of the studio audience where we can talk and laugh and see what's really up. Because I've gotten great feedback. Honey, I don't know if you still, I know you checked in, but like I said, my Wi-Fi was going crazy earlier. I'm going to give you guys a chance to let your voices be heard because I think this is great. Because, you know, I love you. I'm coming to Houston. I'm going to do a show from Houston. So make sure you got a bathroom door and a Wi-Fi connection. You got Wi-Fi at your house, right? But that's what's up. Like I say, you guys have inspired me to keep moving. My management team is strong on me and won't let me go anywhere. And, you know, but we're going to do some things. Like I said, I want to be able to do some things where some of y'all I want to be able to drink and talk. Some of y'all I don't want to be able to drink because I'm scared of y'all. For real, I am. Because y'all don't trust me when I tell y'all I'm shy. I am. That's why I'm going to start doing the show in the dark so y'all can't see me blushing when y'all do certain things. Well, I mean, you know, if Auntie got it, I just need to be somewhere where I can do the show. But if you looking, then you're on Facebook. I don't know, because I get Facebook don't always mean I can project. Yes, Roslyn, that was why I ended up doing the show back in front of my door, because I'm online. I can get away. I don't have people in my face. I was overtaken by having people and having entertainment. I wasn't ready for that. Even though I appreciate the people that came to my shows and said I did a good job, they didn't realize how traumatizing it was. So, you know, that's what I've been working on, Roslyn, to get my mojo back and not be scared to step back out there. Not introverted, just I was maybe some introverted, but mostly it was just shy. I mean, I can deal with people. I was a cop, but I know how to deal with no one. And this is almost like personal. You know, I try not to share a whole lot of personal stories, but yeah. I'm probably a lot introverted, but mostly shy. because I have an opinion, and I'm strong. When I'm alpha, I just in my personal world, I just don't talk a lot. This is why you get DVP, not my government name. That's why the show is not named after me, government's list. It's named after a Facebook persona. And there the blessing comes. And this is why I don't do live shows. Because somebody will always say something that brings out the little boy in me. I want to thank you guys and girls for coming. Remember, Random Thoughts with DVP. Don't leave the day without going back up and liking the page, leaving a review. I would, if I ain't got the 5 stars, shoot me an inbox and tell me what I got to do to get a 5-star rating from you. Because that's what the people who want to sponsor me are looking for. It's a 5-star rating. So, Cuzzo, get on it. If your daughter got a page, tell her to do it from her page. Janice, do it from your page. All my new people, like I say, like it, follow me so you'll see when I come on, because when I do the shows, ATL True Confessions, I'm going to do it from here too, so you guys can still talk to me. I don't know if I'm going to create a new page for it yet. I'm going to probably just do everything from here. But I need the reviews and I need the likes, because those are the things that get you sponsorship. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm DVP13. You can also see the show 48 hours later on YouTube. Same title, Random Thoughts with DVP. That's what's up. I've enjoyed this. It is 7:58. I'm almost through with the book, the 5 Love Languages, because y'all been talking about that. Y'all want to do that one, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do one on this good man, good woman theory. Why y'all think people can't handle a good man or a good woman? Why it's BS. I'm gonna do a show next month on daddies, and dudes that get women pregnant. I'm gonna do it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it before Father's Day or after Father's Day, but it's some things that happen that bother me about daddies and fathers and daddies, as in deadbeats, and dudes who get girls pregnant. Yeah, Curtis, I got a YouTube page, same name, Random Thoughts with DVP. Like I said, my management team is on it. We're gonna get some other things going. We're gonna make this happen. I'm gonna get the fellas to come in and have a show with me. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling Raj, I'm gonna have him on. I'm gonna get you on. We're gonna just sit down and talk so women can hear what guys really talk about. Cause you guys pretty much don't have a filter. So they'll know what's really being said, why things are being said, why we think like we think. Even to a certain extent, why we play the games we play. Because sometimes what you have to do when you have a predator-prey relationship and it's not really based on wanting to really get to know each other. So, y'all know what it is. Barring something happening, I will see you guys in 6 days and 22 hours. I appreciate you. Once again, don't forget to leave a review at the top of the page. Make sure you like the page. Ask your friends to come join me. Inbox me subjects you guys want to talk about. We'll go from there. Because that's what I need to do. I'm here for you guys. Y'all tell me what y'all want to talk about. I'll talk about it. There's a couple subjects I got to do some research on. I'm going to do a show on polygamy. I'm going to do a show on threesomes, swinging. It's going to be some sex. I'm going to do some more shows on relationships. I'm going to do a couple of, Law and Order shows to keep you guys up to speed with what's going on as events happening. And that's what's up. But like I said, if you got something, inbox me. If you got my phone number, you can text me. If you ain't got my phone number, shoot me yours and inbox me if we need to talk. I don't have a problem with that. Do not call me on Facebook. Don't call me on. If you don't have my number, you text me or shoot me an inbox, but don't Facebook call me unless we've agreed to that. Yeah, cause I done text you 3 or 4 times, so I'm gonna inbox you the number again so we can stay focused. All right, so I'm finna be out, so y'all know what it is. Peas, popcorn, and chicken grease. See, my nails are shorter now since y'all was complaining. But I had a good time. Hope you guys did. And I'll holler. For sure, Curtis. Bam.